Welcome to the Network Marketing Made Simple podcast. I am your host, Scott Aaron, and each and every week I'm going to come to you with short, simple, and powerful tactics of how you can grow your network marketing business, brand, bank account, and impact on those around you. And just remember, network marketing is not easy, but it can be made easy with simple steps to create the success that you truly deserve. Hey guys, and welcome back to another podcast episode of Network Marketing Made Simple. And last Monday, I went over the first 5 steps of how to optimize your LinkedIn profile. And I promised you that the next Monday, I would do the remaining 5 steps. So 10 total tips in how to optimize your LinkedIn profile. And what I'll do is 2 things. Number 1, in the description of this episode, I will put a link to last week's episode. So if you missed the first 5 tips, you can go back and listen to it. And number 2, I will put another link to my free infographic that will help you start to optimize your LinkedIn profile for free. So both of those links are in the description of this episode. So let's dive in. So again, we went over the basics of the first 5 things, which were your profile picture, your background photo, your headline, your About Me section, and the Experience section. Now we're going to dive into the sections below that are also very, very important. And the first tip from this episode, or the 6th tip overall, is filling out your education section, your licenses and certifications, if you have them, and your volunteer experience. So people always say, well, why? Why do I need to fill those things out? Well, number 1, LinkedIn loves recommending certain people to connect with based off of your profile. So when you fill out where you went to college, and I actually had 3 different college experiences. I started off at University of Pittsburgh, transferred to Montgomery County Community College, and then ended up graduating from Temple University. So all 3 of those college institutions are listed on my LinkedIn profile, which is really good because LinkedIn will connect me with other people that have gone to those 3 universities. So there already is a relatable connection between you and that person. Now, licenses and certifications are also important because number 1, it aligns you with other people with those same licenses and certifications, but it also clearly defines to the person that is looking at your profile, this person knows what they're doing. They're highly skilled. They have the credentials to back what they do for a profession. And finally, the volunteer experience. And this is something that I realized as I started utilizing LinkedIn almost 7 years ago. And that was LinkedIn loves philanthropic activity. So they love the fact that you give back, but also if you're listing a certain nonprofit that you've worked with or you donated to or still donate to, LinkedIn will also give you recommended connections based off of other people that also donate their time, their energy, or their money to those same nonprofits. So you must fill those 3 sections out. Now, the second tip, 7th overall, is the skills and endorsements. Now, if you're listening to this and you're in financial services, I would not pay much mind to this tip because in financial services, you're actually not allowed to list your endorsements or skills. If you are not in financial services, you want to list the skills and endorsements. Now, the great thing is, if you filled out your profile properly, what LinkedIn does is they scan your entire profile. And what they do is they will give you auto-generated and suggested skills and endorsements based on your profile, which you can use those. Or the other beautiful thing is you can create and craft your own skills and endorsements. Now, LinkedIn shows your top 3 to your network. If people click see more, they can see the remaining 47 that are listed there. But you do want to list up to 50, if you can come up with them, 50 skills and endorsements that represent you, your business, and how you help people with what you are really skilled at. Now, the reason for that is people also check your credibility. They want to see how skilled is this person at what they do. And you can select strategically by editing that section and pinning. You have to click a button and there's a little pin, and you can pin the top 3 skills that you want most often shown to the people that visit your profile. And that's why it's so important to optimize your profile, because the more people that visit it, if it's optimized, the more people are going to go to that skills and endorsement section and click the button to endorse you for that skill. Now, the third tip, 8th overall, is the section below that, which is the personal recommendation section. Again, if you're in financial services, you can pay no mind to this tip. But if you are not in financial services, the personal recommendation section is the Better Business Bureau of LinkedIn. This is where people go to fully see how skilled and how good you are at what you do. Now, if anyone visits my profile on LinkedIn, and again, I will put the link to my LinkedIn profile in the description of this, I have over 430 written recommendations, which act as testimonials. Social proof is everything. So if someone is going to go visit your profile on LinkedIn, they see that you're very highly skilled and endorsed. But then a step further, they go to that personal recommendation section where someone actually has to write that for you and send it back to you as a personal testimonial. And when you can gather as many as you can, you don't have to sell to people. You don't have to convince people to work with you, because guess what? The proof is in the pudding. Social proof and social credibility is everything. So when someone visits my profile on LinkedIn and they see that I've gathered 430 written recommendations, they're going to know I know what I'm doing. So the question that you may be asking yourself is, Scott, how do I get people to recommend me? Well, there's a little button that says ask for recommendation. Until your business gets up, going, and thriving, I would start with people that you know. If you have friends, family, clients, ex-clients, coworkers, ex-coworkers, someone that you worked for, someone that you still work for, I would ask those individuals first to write you a recommendation. Then, as your business grows, as your credibility grows, and as you pick up more clients, you can make it a part of your practice that when you work with someone, you're connected to them on LinkedIn and you automatically ask them to write that recommendation for you. So important to add to your personal and business credibility. Tip 4, tip 9 overall, is below the personal recommendations is the quote unquote other section. So this is where you can list awards that you've received, courses that you've taken, groups or organizations that you're a part of, languages that you speak. You want to fill all of those things out, publications that you've been featured in, or books that you've written. You need to list as many of these as you can. Courses that you've taken and have accomplished, awards that you've won. And again, it doesn't matter about the quantity of things that you add. It's the quality of the things that you add. And you may not have anything to add yet, But as you grow and as you prosper in your business, you will utilize this other section, quote unquote, to further the credibility of what you do. So you're taking people down this journey of your own personal and business life. So they're seeing the things that you've gathered along the way. So it ends up making sense. Again, when someone goes to my profile, they see the 4 books that I've written, all the publications that I've been featured in, Yahoo Finance and Authority Magazine, and then all the credibility matches up. So it makes sense that, all these books have been written and these publications I've been featured in and the awards that I've won. It's taken time to accrue all of that, but you also need to show people and let them know this is what's happening with me and my business. And that's why the profile is so, so important. Now, the 5th and final tip, 10th overall between last week and this week, is you need to make sure that you join relative groups that you can interact with. So just as you can search for an individual or a company, you can also search for a group. Now, how you do that is you go to the search engine and you can type in health and wellness. And it will then give you all the health and wellness results from that search. Now, you have to go in and you have to change it by groups only. And there's a little tab and it says, what do you want to filter by? And it'll say by people, by company, and then by groups. And you make sure that you select groups and then you join some health and wellness groups. So it's really important for you to join groups that are a direct reflection of who you are, what you believe in, but also groups that you can actually provide value-added content into. And the recommendation that I always make is that once a week, you go into 1 or 2 of these groups that you've joined. You don't need to join 30,000 groups. Pick a couple groups that you really feel a personal and professional connection to and provide some value-added content. Provide some content that's going to leave those group members better. Provide some value-added content that's going to allow them to learn from you, where you can now build that know, like, and trust factor. Because here's the beautiful thing about groups on LinkedIn. Most of the people that are in that group, you are only connected to them via that group. You are not connected on the general platform of LinkedIn. They're not a first connection. These are all second, third, and above connections. But now, if you're very present, producing value-added content once a week in those specific groups, now you're getting some external eyeballs on your content, which means if they're very encouraged or they're very enthused with the type of content you're putting out there, they can click on your profile, check it out, see that you're the real deal, and guess what? They're going to send you a connection request because you've taken that time to build a know, like, and trust factor. So make sure that you choose groups that are really relative to you, your beliefs, what you do, what you stand for, and people that you can really interact with. So again, the 5 final tips, 10 overall. Fill out your education, your licenses and certs, and your volunteer experience. List 50 skills and endorsements that actually are relative to you and your business. Gather those personal recommendations. Remember, you need to add to your business credibility. Add the awards, publications, languages, courses that you've gathered over the years. And finally, join those relative groups that really relate to you and your business, where you can start forming more meaningful connection and relationship outside of it. So again, in the description of this is a link to last week's episode for the first 5 tips. So it would basically put all this together for you. Number 2, the link to the free infographic on my website that will help you start to better optimize your LinkedIn profile. But also I will include the link to my LinkedIn profile so you can check mine out as an example. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye, everybody. Thank you again so much for checking out this week's episode. And if you can, head over to iTunes, search for Network Marketing Made Simple, leave me a 5-star rating, basic review. I would be grateful for all of the support you guys can give me. And again, if you'd be interested in learning more how to utilize LinkedIn to grow your business, your brand, and your bank account, head over to my website, www.scottaaron.net. Fill out the form for your free 15-minute discovery call so I can learn more about you, your business, and how we can work together. And again, thank you guys so much. Grateful for you all, and I'll see you next time.